Hello, my name is Jim Mullany from Sitek Process Solutions. Today I'm doing a pre-shipment video source inspection of a fully remanufactured Sitek 270S spin range dryer. This video will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, so we do not give our customers' names out. However, the purchase order is 24893. This system is for a 6-inch system. It actually is going over to Europe, so it is CE approved. We have the CE marking right back here. The serial tag is SRD-01656. It's got the power requirements, the amperage, etc. On the back here, I have an EMO. I have a starting EMO button on the back, and the resist and the servo amp drive is mounted. And this system has the typical options. It's got the water recirculation, which I see. It's got the resistivity probe, which I also see. And it's got the anti-static in the module. This system also uses the state-of-the-art Sitek Slick Device spin rinse dryer controller. This is the most advanced control system we believe in the world. It is shipped with all of our systems now as a standard. It also has the light indicator. This light indicator is for the process. Amber or yellow means idle, and I'll talk about the other colors as we run through. This customer runs both 100 millimeter and 150 millimeter, so they have their traditional 150 or 6-inch cassette. And then I'll show you after, we have a very simple way to downsize from 4-inch or 6-inch down to 4-inch. It only takes about 5 seconds. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start a process run because it's kind of boring watching me while this runs, and then I'll talk about our remanufacturing process. So you simply load the 150 millimeter cassette in and hit start. There we go. I have a traditional SRD process that's kind of known around the world. I have a rinse process, then I have step 2 is a purge. That purge blows the water out of the DI line so it doesn't drip back during the dry cycle. You have a dry 1, which is your high RPM dry that slings the water off of the substrate and off the rotor. And then you also have a dry 2, which reduces back to lower RPM. It uses, again, centrifugal force, heater blankets, and hot end 2 for your drying of the process. We just stepped into the purge process. As you can see, our state-of-the-art control system runs perfect RPMs. We do not float at all. You see 1800 and exactly 1800, whatever the step's going to be. And now we go into dry 1, which the typical dry 1 is 1800. Customers can use whatever they want, but we use what is a pretty traditional, known worldwide process. This will be for about 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds. Then we'll drop down into dry 2, which will be back at lower RPM. On our control system, green means it's working, so you have the N2 valve open, you have the N2 heater on, you have the bowl heater on, and you have your LPP, which is low pressure purge valve, also on. The controller, Slick Device controller, also has integrated built-in as a standard feature the N2 saver option. What happens is, at the end of the process, when I move the cassette and this wafers, there's a predetermined program time that the customer selects with a sliding scale, and then what we do is we'll turn off the nitrogen, so you're not using nitrogen. We have 2 versions. We have either the where you turn off approximately 80% of the nitrogen, that's called a low pressure purge. We also have a version that adds a special valve onto the system that also turns off any air going to the labyrinth seal and to the anti-static module. All right, so we have about 15 seconds. We'll go into the last step. There we go. Dry 2. We're dropping down. Okay. For reference, the bowl heater, it turned amber. The reason that turned amber is because the bowl heater has a temperature module part of the bowl heater. Once we hit temp, it actually turns off the power going to the bowl heater so it doesn't over temp. When it cools down below the specification of the monitoring, it'll then turn back on. So you'll see that go amber green, usually a few times during the process. So it's nothing that seems weird. Okay, so we have about 4 minutes process time to go, 240 seconds, 500 RPM. As you can see, the RPM is perfect. What I'll do is I'll talk about our support process we have. For the Semitool spin rinse dryers, the typical process, this would be the S model, as this is, the F as in Frank, which looks like this, but it uses a brush motor, and then the traditional ST model. We have 100% spare parts. On this system, we have light indicators, replacement controllers, EMOs, rotors, motors, servo amps, all your ACR valves, your rotor stop positioner, anything and everything on that system we offer as a brand new spare part. We feel that we are now the world non-OEM leader on spare parts. It's part of our core business. We do the same thing along the lines from the F model like I talked about and the ST. On all of our product lines, we have full service and repair capability also. On the controllers, the traditional 101 controllers that look like this, but they're red and black. The 102s that are long and skinny and blue. And any of the traditional ST controllers, which would be like the 228, 328, etc. They're the metal ones in the front. We offer complete repair services. We also offer complete servo amp repair services besides new servo amps. So if you have any of the traditional LC4s that fail, you can send them to us. We do quite a lot of repairs. We probably have at least 6 to 8 a week probably come in. We also do a lot of customers refurbishments. Every week we have tools arriving from customers around the world that their tool just needs to have a refurbishment. It's 15 years old. It's starting to have fail on certain parts. We do the complete breakdown, and when we build a customer's refurbishment from in our manufacturing area, we build it like we're building our own tool. So it goes through the same quality control standards of all of our tools. Okay, we have about 2 minutes left to go. Depending, on this system I didn't say, we also have the EMO, which I talked about in the back. Here's the front EMO mushroom button. This is an optional button, EMO, so it's not standard unless the customer specs it out. But this customer in Europe, the EMO is required. Part also of our wet processing line, we purchased about 4 years ago, Vertec. You might be familiar with the Vertec spin rinse dryers. We are the OEM now. We do. I know that we have a customer's system that's going to go into test probably the next couple of days that they send us for repair. We have all the spare parts. We do the controller repairs, the amp repairs. So we 100% support the Vertec product line. Rounded on our wet processing are 2 other product lines. One is our single wafer mask and wafer scrubbers. That would be the Ultra T, K&S, Ultra Tech type machines. And then the last one is the Integris floorware box washers. That's the 8000, 8010, 8020, 8030, and also the 4000. So we that tool, we still have about a minute to go. Those tools are no longer supported by the OEM. We act as the OEM. We offer complete spare parts. We, on a regular basis, at least once or twice a month, are going out to customer site and doing mini refurbishments of their tools, or replacing all the critical parts and keeping those tools up and running. Wet processing is probably 90% of our total corporate business. We have about 30 seconds to go. At the end of the process, the system will upright. I call it home position, which is 12 o'clock. I'll be able to take the wafers out, and I'll quickly show you how easy it would be to now run 100 millimeter versus 150. We have about 14 seconds to go. There we go. We're breaking. We give at the end of the process, we explain what happened, and I'll show you in a second. Alrighty. So, blue means you're ready to unload. It said process completed, successful. It gives you all the times of it, total elapsed time. You have, to clear this screen, there's 3 different ways to do it. 1 is you can hit OK. 2 is you can just open the door. Or 3 is you can clear it by the stop button. I'll simply open the door. But what I want to show you before I take those out is this. A key feature of our slick device is our alarm function. This alarm function, if there was a problem, after it clears, we give you the cause of it, the most common cause, and the troubleshooting to fix it. That is critical for our customers. We're trying to teach them to be able to work on their own spin rinse dryers if they don't have the knowledge. We, of course, can do anything they need for them, but we're trying to pass on our knowledge to the maintenance teams around the world so they can better support their own spin rinse dryers. When you're done, just get out of there. Okay, so here's our 150 millimeter wafers. Ooh, nice and warm, looks good, beautiful. So if I was then gonna run 4-inch or 100 millimeter, I would simply take our adapter. We call this an insert/adapter, depending on the terminology. This simply slides in like that. That's all you have to do. Now this system can accept a 4-inch cassette or 100 millimeter cassette. That easy. All of our rotors and inserts are balanced together, so if the rotor, which you could call it the master rotor, which is the largest size substrate it accepts, any of the adapter inserts are actually balanced to run perfectly smooth, so you have complete balance throughout any size substrate you want. And we have a variety. We do so many custom cassettes and rotors for customers. They do it squares, rectangle, pieces. And so we build, besides our rotors and our adapters and inserts, we build custom cassettes and then basically build a whole package around the customers, where in the past they could get no capability of processing through a spin rinse dryer. So that will conclude my video today of the prior to ship source inspection of a Sitek 270S spin rinse dryer. Again, my name is Jim Mullany. I hope everyone had a nice summer, and I look forward to going to Oktoberfest in a couple weeks.